Bukuchiri, that's the popular name as Ikenga.
Yeah.
The statement said they postponed or they rescheduled the NEC meeting should hold immediately. What's your take on that, sir?
Bukuchiri is nobody. I say it with every sense of responsibility. It's nobody. So he doesn't have that powers. I told you I don't talk my opinion, my sentiments, or my emotion. I talk PDP constitution. Bukuchiri is nobody. He's just fortunate to be given the privilege to be in the House of Rep by the FCT minister and the national secretary is fighting today. He's a spoiled brat. I believe his father and the founding father of PDP will be rolling in their grave and feeling shame for someone like that. That if not for Wike, I dare Bukuchiri. He should come and deny the fact that if not for Wike and Anyanwu, would have been in the House of Rep. He should come and deny it. I dare him to a public debate. It's a nuisance, and I don't like giving credence to such persons saying that NEC must hold. I saw the press this thing they have released. Right? Who is he? That is the question. It's nobody. So you cannot even make that. He's just ranting. Let me make this clear. That is how Bukuchiri eats. That is how he, finance is beyond his income lifestyle, his flamboyant lifestyle. That is where he funds it. Coming to talk rubbish. And one or two people that he favors there will not give him money. That is it. Because he's talking trade, he's lying, blackmailing, and propaganda. If such person want me to give credence to his word is worthless to me and people and a lot of Nigerians. So his statement is rubbish. That who is he? That is the question. I want you journalists to ask him, who are you to declare? Show him the Constitution. Show him the Constitution. On what grounds are you saying that? Sometimes I feel angry our journalists don't interrogate these people. Interrogate them when they talk. You said NEC must hold. Who are you? Based on PDP Constitution, this Constitution, who are you? Do you have the powers to even make such statements? You don't. There is no even ground to remove Damagum. And nobody can remove him. Because, as I said, Bukuchiri is nobody in PDP. He's nobody, and his words and statement does not carry any water. So, saying that in his statement that they are going to remove Damagum, I've told you that is how he hustles. He has sucked the Rivers State governor. And now they've chased him out with state of emergency. He has gone to try to see how he can suck Sheyi Makinde and Imba, and they are falling victim. I don't know what he puts in his mouth to deceive these people. But let me say this. It is very clear in the statement of Fintri when they, in 2021, when they pick a consensus candidate. I have the clip. Governor Fintri said, they have picked a consensus candidate from the north. Same thing. When Ayo was giving his acceptance speech, he said, I accept my nomination as a consensus candidate from the north. And PDP is not such dichotomy. When it has been zoned to the north, within that region, they can now zone it to whichever place they so which. But at the national, is north-south. So, Damagum is, constitutionally occupying that position, legally occupying that position. It is not given to the North Central, so to speak, as they have in Bukuchiri and his co-traveler like Kolologbodi are saying it's not Central's position, North Central must occupy it. It's a big lie and fallacy and narrative to generate fund for themselves. So, and another thing, coming to few months to convention, saying that Damagum they will bring somebody from the North Central. Damagum goes nowhere. Damagum tenure will expire December 10th, 2025. And so shall it be. And not refrat like Bukuchiri can stop that. It is clear in our Constitution. Section 47(6) is something that we know is a constitutional affair, and Damagum is occupying that position constitutionally. So forget I wonder why you media people pay attention to such a riffraff, political Hushpuppy, coming to make statement. It's hustling. It's hustling, but some of us will spoil that. He will go put sansan for that in Gary. Since you know they do, they carry and come where people like us, they will go put sansan for Ugochire Gary.
So, lastly, I want you to share more light on the circumstances surrounding the decision of party national secretary.
No, nothing. Nothing is surrounding it. Anyanwu remains the national secretary. Anyanwu remains the national secretary. So I don't know why you are asking. Maybe I believe it's because what Ugochire you read from his statement. If that is the case, just like I told you, that is absolute rubbish. Following section 47.5, which the operational word there is shall. Following section 48.1, the operational word there is assume. Following the Supreme Court judgment. So on what ground? There is no ground for which, situation surrounding Anyanwu this thing. It's just unfortunate that people like the Imba of Enugu State, Governor Imba and Governor Chie Makinde wants to enshrine illegality. And that is what has given Ugochire the impetus to challenge and make that statement. Ugochire that is not fit, worthy of, even polishing the show of Anyanwu and Wike will come out and be talking because one or two governors are behind him. There is no situation around Anyanwu's position as national secretary. The governors appointed an acting national secretary for themselves, and they have come to the realization that that cannot work. It's unconstitutional. It's alien to our constitution. There is no way when you have a substantive national secretary, you will have an acting national secretary. There is no way. But let me read the constitution for the clarity, because a lot of people are wondering now why this, why that. No, it is there in our constitution, because I want to emphasize it. A lot of people are ignorant, and a lot of people do not listen or understand the constitution. And this is it. PDP constitution section 47.5 says any officers elected into the executive committee of the party at any level may resign. That is the operational word. Is or are office by giving 30 days notice in writing to the appropriate executive committee. That is the word. We are all learned people. When you use the word may, what does it suggest? Discretion. You may resign, you may not resign. It did not use the word shall. And that is clear. I've said that in many, that is the ground which they are claiming that Anyanwu must go. That it has even led to them, their desperation has led to them forging our party guideline. Now I'll come to that. Now look at the second section of the constitution that they are relying on, that Anyanwu has gone. The section is 48.1. Section 48.1 says, subject to the provision of the constitution, any member holding any office in the party at any level shall be deemed to have resigned that office if he or she assumes, the operational word is assume, any of these following office. And the offices as listed there, and I'll mention them, let Nigerians and party faithful here. President of the Federal Republic, Vice President, Minister of the Federal Republic, Federal Minister, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Special Advisor or Special Assistant to the President or Vice President, members of the National or State Assembly, Ambassador, Governor or Deputy Governor, Commissioner, Special Advisor or Special Assistant to the Governor or Deputy Governor of a state, Chairman, Vice Chairman or Councillors of a local government council, any full-time employment or appointment in the public service or of the Federation or state or local government. These are the offices. The party, in the party constitution, did you see among the list flag bearer of the party when you emerged as the flag bearer of the party? So there is nothing like that. Now, because they've seen that they don't have constitutional ground to remove Anyanwu, they went and forged our party guidelines. Look at it. Look at the original. Look at the fake one, the one they forged. Now let me expose something. In the fake one, they added, see what they add, but I want to ask question and let Nigerians and our party faithful know something. The fake one, they now added this clause. pursuant to section 47(5) of the PDP constitution as amended, which mandatorily, you see the word mandatorily, I just read the constitution, there is no word like shall. It is only when the word shall used, it is mandatory. Mandatorily require resignation of any elected officer of the party vying for elective office. Any aspirant who is a party office holder, executive committee member at any level shall resign his or her office appointment 7 days before the purchase of expression of interest form, and shall provide proof of resignation along with his or her completed EOI form before being allowed to procure the nomination form. I've read the section 47(5). All these things are concocted by two persons, backed by the governor of Enugu State, their lackeys, and the governor of Oyo State. Mr. Adeyemi Mayogu, the director of organization, and Udo Okoye, the most unworthy person, the most unfit person that came with talk to the party secretary, running barefooted. All of you saw him. Barefooted. We talked. Is that the person? Both of them forged this thing and inserted this in our constitution. Doctored our this thing. Now, let me expose something there. They said before you do the screening, you must present proof of resignation. Anyanwu went through screening. He did not submit a resignation letter. If it is in our constitution, the screening committee would have demanded it as one of the documents it should tender. But it's not in our constitution. It is not in our constitution. And they fail in their desperation and hurry to procure a judgment in Enugu with this fake document. They did not even think about that. Very dull strategist. So, looking at it, there is no issue surrounding. Now they see what they said. They now say that failure to adhere to this provision shall be grounds for automatic disqualification of such an aspirant. He went through screening. There was appeal. If he went through screening, let's assume not considering he bribed the screening committee members. What about the appeal committee members? They would have disqualified him, but nobody did that. That is to tell you how foolish their desperation has exposed them to be. Because you cannot do that with a constitution. In fact, information we gathered is that the party petition, the IG invited Mayogu, and what he called Makinde, they released him. For crying out loud, we will not allow this level of impunity to continue in PDP. And that is why we are speaking out. And I want us to remember the statement of one of our most profound justices in this country, Honorable Justice Kayode Esho. He said, justice is the minimum wage that everyone deserves.